thank you so much for this entire setup that you have organized. And also, having said this, I would also take this opportunity to thank the Rodrigues College of Engineering for having selecting this topic, which is so pertinent, especially when we are talking about feasibility, we're talking about startups, we're talking about ideas which are here to make a difference. So when everything of this stature comes into being, it is important to understand that why is it that we're looking at market research, why is it that we're talking about feasibility. And then you have programs like Startup India, when you have programs like Shark Tank. In fact, I think I'm sure the students all will agree that Shark Tank actually brought about an element of what I would say, the igniting that spark. I mean, I had so many students in my higher education, and also we have an institute right besides our college, which is for the BBA. And we had students flocking in, and also we have the engineering campus also with us. And we had students flocking in saying that, okay, ma'am, I think we have something which we can look at, and, all of that. So when you have so many things and perhaps you think that you have something which you can contribute, it is sessions of this stature. And great effort to you, Swati ma'am, for having selecting this topic, because what happens is, as a part of the life cycle of the progression of how the startups grow or how the business ideas go, especially as an outreach program, it's important for the students to realize that having a business idea itself doesn't make sense. You need to have some things, we need to have some aspects, you need to think about certain perspectives before you zero down on what is it that you want to add value to. Now, for the first timers who are listening to a management sessions, please drop in onto your chat box any topic at any point of time. I'm a teacher by profession. The virtue says that I'm supposed to just chip in wherever you feel that it's going to make, there's going to be some aberration to the learning process. Please feel comfortable to contribute, or I would say let's make it a very interactive session, so that end of the day at 8 o'clock, I want the students to actually get the feel of what is it that we are talking about when we say about something like market research, or what we say about feasibility. So you must have heard this word predominantly in the Shark Tank, where if you remember, Aman Gupta would always ask, and you would have Piyush Bansal always asking that, have you done some kind of a research? Have you done some kind of an analysis? So what is that analysis? What does it comprise of? Of course, we're not going to get into the absolute technical details because the time frame is really very short, but definitely we would have some orientation for sure in this area that we're going to be looking at. So I'm sure we can begin. So I think, can I share the slide? I mean, who's coordinating? Is it Bilal or Swati ma'am? Can I just share the slide right now?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. You can.
Oh, perfect. So I'm doing it right away. Can you see it? Is the slide
No, ma'am. Not yet.
visible?
No, ma'am. Not yet.
Not yet? Okay, 1 second. Give me a minute.
Yes.
Now?
Yes, ma'am. It is visible now.
Okay. Now?
Yeah, ma'am. It's clearly visible.
Perfect. Okay. Let's just begin, because the topic that we are going to be talking is so vast, and we're talking about two scenarios which are in sync, however inherently a little different. So what is the sync and what is the difference is what going to be possibly a takeaway. And having said, for the next 40-45 minutes, we're going to look at the entire aspect of how, as a student community, you're going to be looking at market research. How is it that you can do some kind of a feasibility study of what you thought you could add value to? I have decided to give close to 15 minutes, maybe 10 to 15 minutes for a QA round. And a lot of people have this confusion about both being similar. No, it's not similar. It is different. So what is the difference? Economically, it is different. And it is very important that you need to understand the difference. So while performing certain activities, before launching your ideas or before thinking about aspects in this area, you need to know these important, the words that would come. We in management call it as action words. I don't know how you call it in your engineering setups, but these action words are the precursors to trigger your mind. So when I say that you are talking about startups, you wouldn't validate your idea. You wouldn't, if you have something in your mind, assumption, let's keep an assumption that you have some idea which is in your mind, which you feel can add value to. Now what happens is, in the entire journey or the entire life cycle of actually having a startup done, you need to know, I'm sure your sessions must have been lined up, where you need to understand that there are it's actually a very in-depth journey, but if you kind of holistically summarize, it's looking at 4 stages. So you would conceive and you think in your mind that, okay, I can think about something like this. It really makes sense. Then you would go ahead, validate it. Now, let me tell you guys, especially at the student level, okay, at the level that you guys are in, unless you have some student who's actually begun, we will talk about them in the QA round, but you would predominantly be in the first stage, which is the pre-incubation seed stage. I mean, I'm talking from a funding point of view, but you would typically be in the first stage of conceiving that idea in your thoughts, in your mind. You would keep coming back where, functionally, as a part of the, I'm a mentor with Startup India as well, and few other universities, Aaron just mentioned in his talk. What we do is I'm mentoring around 18 startups, and a common feature that was observed into startups which are typically by college engineering students or management students is, they keep conceiving ideas and they just validate them. And you'll be surprised to know that validation happens only from the friend circle that they speak to. Interestingly, the statistics which govern, which I'm going to be talking in the last slide, which say that why would a startup become successful or why would it fail, simply because of the first reason, that effective market research has not been done. Effective understanding to the needs of what you're going to offer to the market, you're not be able to suffice. Now, when you market such, or when you're looking at such ideas, you are always in the process of validating what you thought could add value. Right? So you're going to validate. Acha, isko validate हम क्यों कहते हैं? You talk about this as a part of validation is because you want an endorsement. We are not here for free. This is going to be an absolute business, which is going to make a lot of sense, a lot of money. A lot of people are going to be there having a vision, what you would think as an entrepreneur, as a startup founder. So you need to have an endorsement of why do you think a certain idea would work. So we are going to be only looking at stage 1 right now. Of course, Swati ma'am will have her sessions lined up where she would be talking about MVPs, and then we should talk about prototypes and all of it further down the line. But when we are looking at idea generation and going to the next stage of validating and conceiving, and after brainstorming, where what is the process that you would go forward with what you have thought, is going to be today's session. So when we look at business ideas, what typically a management student or an engineering student or a BBA student thinks is that, I feel that, ma'am, this is something different. It is something innovative. Most important mapping. Okay. Now, Startup India, the scheme which was started in 2014 by Honorable Narendra Modi ji, he very clearly demarcated this thought where he said that our youth, we are still the youngest population of the world, and it is very important that this youth needs to be oriented. Acha, you want to orient the youth, so what is the youth going to do? So he brought in a very simple philosophy where he said that, why don't you itself think about ways that you could contribute to the society? One, you would contribute socially. One, you would contribute economically. So there came the various segregations which said that social entrepreneur, somebody said business entrepreneur, then somebody said social startup, social connect. So the purview of a purpose of what drives your idea or drives that which is going to add value is going to be very important. So idea could be socially relevant. So you could look at climate change ideas, you could look at waste management ideas. So it's a concept. However, when you use that concept for a commercial purpose, that is when you make it a business opportunity. So when you want to have it as an I to O mapping, this is also called as an I to O mapping. So idea to opportunity. So you're going to map your idea and convert it into a business opportunity. So how are you going to make it? What differentiates that idea is so unique? So there are certain characteristics. I'll quickly run through this so that you have a clear idea of why would you call something a business? Why would you call something an opportunity? Especially the opportunity which is business like. You could get any opportunity, right? You could go hiking and you would say, "Oh, I got a good opportunity to have fun." You would go traveling and you would say, okay, I got a good opportunity to travel. But if that opportunity will get monetized and have a commercial economic value added, which is commercial purposes, you could have it sold for money. You enter into a thought process of why not promoting it, monetizing it. So that is when your idea gets converted to a business opportunity. So that idea should be, see, always remember this, students. Your idea should always be attractive. So what do you mean by attractive? There has to be a first, I'm going to talk about first mover advantage in the end, but however, having said that, you need to have a solving ability for a problem which possibly is there in the society, which is going to be done through your product, through your service, through your commodity, through your technology, through your so-called idea. So of course it has to be unique, it needs to be focused, it has to have sustainability of a long term. All said and done, it has to be extremely time bound. So this characterizes something to have an idea which has a business opportunity. Now, out of how many students are there right now? When I started and shared that it was around 73. Are you guys there? 73?
I'm
I
there
need
89
two
right,
volunteers. 80?
89 right now.
Great. I need two volunteers with the names and you're the year that you're pursuing at Rodrigues Institute of, oh sorry, Rodrigues College of Engineering. Two volunteers.
One, I'll volunteer myself. Bilal.
What's your good name?
My name is
Bilal, of
Bilal.
course. Huh? Of course, of course. And which year, Bilal?
Currently, I'm in third year.
Third year. Okay. I need one more volunteer. Well, I have been doing a lot of sessions for engineering students across almost, this would be somewhere close to 50, 60 chats.
Can I pose the second question?
I never knew the engineering guys were so quiet. Never ever. It's a yes.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Vansh Thakkar, and I'm in second year, computer science.
Okay. What's your full name? Is it Shankar or some Shankar?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Vansh Thakkar.
Acha, Vansh. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. I could hear it as Shankar. No problem, Vansh. All right. Okay, Vansh. Vansh and Bilal. Okay. So, and I need one women representation. Excuse me. The session is still on. Yes.
Ruchita Rao.
Ruchita. Okay, Ruchita, which year?
Second year.
Second year, Ruchita. Ruchita, is my voice very scary?
Ma'am.
Then why are you sounding like that? Please feel comfortable. Okay. Good, Ruchita. All right. Let us begin a small task. Okay. 3 students, and I'm giving you 3 needs. Okay. First, Bilal, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to give you a societal need. Okay?
Ma'am.
Can you identify one societal need? Since this is in Bombay, Bandra, I'm going to give you something which is very specific to Bandra. What is the big problem in Bandra?
Traffic.
Okay. What if somebody comes in a car and he wants to park his car in your college? Is it very
That
easy or is it difficult?
No, actually, it will just create more of a chaos. It will create more congested scenario there.
No. Answer my question very specifically. Is it
Yeah.
going to be easy? Is it going to be difficult?
Easy.
Okay. So somebody comes outside your college. Bandra is very famous for its shopping space. How easy or how difficult it is for somebody to find a parking space?
The finding a parking space could be very difficult.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
mostly main road and vehicles are
Okay.
going.
So would you agree it's a societal problem?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, fantastic. So you have a problem there. You have been given a parking problem, societal problem. So you have to give me at least, I'll give you 10 minutes till the time we proceed further for the further slides. But I want you to think about a concept where parking issue could be resolved. Could that be a problem? Could that be a, can you look at some scenario
Solution.
maybe?
Yeah, I can try.
And let me tell you, Bilal, you can be as wacky, as out of the box, as innovative, and as I would say, the right word would be completely wacky, which means
Okay.
that it could be at the expense. It could be at the expense of being so unique that somebody may laugh at it.
Okay, I got your point.
Think about it. Okay, Bilal. Now we
Sure.
come to you. Uh, Vivek, not Vivek. What was this?
Yes, once.
Vansh. Okay, Vansh.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you there with me? Vansh?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I am.
For any season going on in Bombay, right? I mean,
The main,
across Maharashtra. Okay?
yes,
There are
the
lot
main
of
societal
students.
problem.
Yes. No problem. Just keep listening to me. So, a lot of people go on the bikes,
Yes.
right? So,
Yes.
helmet, everybody wears a helmet since it's mandatory, right?
Yes.
So, is there a problem when it's raining very heavily to have a clear vision when you're wearing a helmet?
Yes, it is a problem as the raindrops settle on the glass helmet, so it increases
Yeah.
the chances of accidents.
Would you agree that it is a individual kind of a problem for a person who drives a bike? Could it be?
No, it's a problem for everybody actually because nobody can
Absolutely,
see the.
absolutely correct. So would you agree that there is a problem there?
Yes, I would.
Yeah. So I want you to think of any wacky idea which could be a solution to this. But you have two elements with you. One, a bike rider, and second, a helmet. Or you can be completely your choice. You can have a common element of reins and bike. Rest all you can decide how you can take care of this problem. Should it be okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect.
So
Now let's
it
come
could
to
be.
Rishika. It could be what?
Yes, ma'am. So this problem could be easily solved, by raising the glass of
No, I don't want you to
the.
give me the solution. Start thinking about it. I'm going to come to you for solution. Don't worry. That is the reason I've taken volunteers. It could be a product, it could be a commodity, it could be a service, it could be a technology. It is complete. It could be an equipment. It could be anything as wacky as it could be, and even if it's funny, it's okay with me. Okay.
So what do you
Yeah.
exactly want me to say?
I want you to come up with a solution for this problem.
Okay, so in form of a commodity or
Yes,
the
you
other
get 20
things which
minutes.
you
You get
said.
20 minutes for this. Absolutely. Now let's come to Ruchika. Ruchika, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there, ma'am.
Oh, perfect. Ruchika, I would want you to, do you agree that what